Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. How is everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody had a good day. I know it's cold in Ohio. I don't know about it where it is or how it is where you guys are at, but damn, it got cold. There's a lot of snow on the ground. There's a lot of ice on the ground. Winter storm in Ohio is amazing. They've got I-75 shut down out here, pretty much from Dayton, north of Dayton, uh, probably 30 to 40 miles due to accidents north and southbound. Chaotic. I'm glad I got to work from home today and participate in my recovery from my efficiency apartment with Addie. Welcome, everybody coming in. Lacey, good evening. See a few others in there. Glad everybody's joined in tonight. Wanted to talk about how do negative thoughts affect your behaviors. And I'm going to talk about the JFT from the NA side. I'll actually bring that up first and read and share about it. If you guys want to post in the comments, that would be amazing. Welcome, Patty. 53 degrees and sunny in Oregon. Well, you suck because it's like 22 and ice and snow. You've seen the pictures of Patty's crazy ass out there in flip flops. I ain't mad at her. I do the same thing. But yeah, that's crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, let's get to the reading real quick. I'm going to bring the first one up. I'm going to go to the NA one. We'll talk about that first. It says we need each other. And right now, I need my phone because even with it being big on the screen, man, my eyes, they're crossing today just from staring at this computer screen. Bear with me. Says we need each other. Anyone may join us, regardless of age, race, sexual identity, creed, religion, or lack of religion. From the basic text on page 9 for those that may be following along on the NA side. If NA isn't your thing, just replace it with your addiction or your drug of choice. Addiction closed our minds, speaking of anything new or different. We didn't need anyone or anything, we thought. There was nothing of value to be found in anyone from a different neighborhood, different racial or ethnic background, or a different social or economic class. We may have thought that if it was different, it was bad. Boy, I did. It was my way or the highway. You couldn't tell me anything. Um, I wasn't going to change my thoughts, ideas, my actions. Um, if I didn't like you, I didn't like you no matter where you came from. Because in recovery, we can't afford such attitudes, that negative attitude. We came to NA, AA, CA, OA, whatever A you're a part of, because of our very best thinking had gotten us nowhere. We must open up our minds to experience the work, no matter where it comes from. That's why I say just replace it with your DOC. Just because it's an NA reading doesn't mean we can't relate to it. So open up your mind, broaden your horizons, basically, in hopes that we can grow in our recovery. That's what it's all about, growth. Regardless of our personal backgrounds, we may have two things in common with one another in whatever A you follow, we share no one else, our disease and our recovery. Those are the two things that we all have in common. We're all suffering from something, whether it's drugs, alcohol, food, whatever your DOC may be. And we're trying to recover, guys. We're trying to get better. Because we need a bit of experience, every different angle on our program that we can find to meet our challenges of living clean. That's why I love the open format of recovery. I take a little bit from everywhere and apply it to my daily life. I don't close my mind off to one specific program, even though I do work a Narcotics Anonymous program as far as my step work's concerned. I still remain open minded to suggestion and thoughts and opinions and from other realms of the A's and the other rooms and things of that nature. Because recovery often isn't easy. This strength we need to recover, we draw from our fellows, our fellowship, our fellow members of whatever A you're a part of. Today, we are grateful for the diversity of our group's membership, for in that diversity, we find our strength. That's pretty powerful right there. Just for today, I know that the more diverse my group's experience is, or our mind is, honestly, the better able, it says, is the better ability or better able my group will be to offer me support in different circumstances I may find myself facing today. So when life shows up, how many times have you guys heard me share? You or I can't have enough personal tools in my recovery toolbox. So when I open up my horizons to other thoughts and ideas of other A's, uh, other areas of my life, I'm filling my toolbox. You know what works for you? Throw it in your toolbox and hang on to it. If it doesn't work for you, move on. It's really that simple. It's the same as like going to a meeting. You're not always going to hear exactly what you need to hear, but usually you do hear something that you need to hear. Take that with you and leave the rest. It's really that easy. Today, I welcome addicts from all backgrounds to my home group. I love it. I absolutely love that. Even coming from Narcotics Anonymous, I will welcome addicts, alcoholics, whatever your struggle may be, to all backgrounds to my home group. I just think that's a beautiful thing. I just don't think we can ever have enough tools in our recovery toolbox. It is such a powerful, powerful tool. By far, the most powerful tool in my toolbox. Welcome, Joy, Tanya. I'm glad you guys are in here. I'm seeing some of the chat. I missed some of it. It doesn't show me. It does show me everything, but when I'm not watching it, I don't see them all. But yeah, Patty said, never believed that I was that kind of an addict. Now I know better. You know, it's crazy. Your baby's crying, Tanya. Feed that kid. I know when I get fed, I quit crying. That's for sure. Addie's in the kitchen right now making homemade pico. I think we're going to have baked potatoes tonight. I'm getting off subject. You guys know me well enough that I squirrel out every once in a while and I start talking about food, which is, you know, my first addiction. Of course, I'm going to go on a tangent about food, but who doesn't like homemade pico and baked potatoes? Come on, man. Starch, starch, starch. You got to love that starch. I love it. Robert, welcome, brother. God is my best friend. Prayer in my toolbox. Can't go wrong with having trust and faith in something greater than yourself. I too, God is my higher power. Not everyone has that same belief, but it's super powerful tool. I don't think there's one any greater, my friend. I completely agree with you. Second topic I had or have, welcome, CC. Seeing some new names in here. First time here. Welcome. Thank you for joining in on the stream. I appreciate it. I really do. If you guys haven't joined the page or liked the page, shared the page, share the stream. I'm trying to get out there, guys. The more we share, the more we help. Thunder Dayton Strong Recovery 101 on Facebook and YouTube. I'm even on Instagram. Right now, I'm just live on Facebook temporarily. How do negative thoughts affect your behavior? Really think about it. Your stinking thinking, your thought process daily when you wake up. You know, do you wake up in a shitty mood and do you choose to stay in that shitty mood? Or do you change it? Do you get out of it? Do you reset your day? You know, I have that little reset button I like to hit. I try to wake up with that attitude of gratitude daily. I try to wake up telling myself positive thoughts, positive affirmations. You know, because if you stay stuck in that stinking thinking, that negative thought behavior, thought process, you start to believe that shit. And I did that. I did that by choice for a really long time. And you know, that negativity is a serious threat to, I believe, anyone's recovery. It really is if you stay stuck long enough. I have self esteem, self worth, self value issues. I struggle with mental health, and it's really easy for me to get stuck, quite frankly, in that fuck it attitude. I really do. That victim mentality, poor me, I can't do this, I can't do that. That feeling of hopelessness, less than, not worthy. I'll never amount to anything. Um, I don't think I'm the only one that's ever felt that way. I really don't. And that's really a huge discouragement on growth, us growing mentally, spiritually, and physically. It's a mindset that you can get stuck in really, really quick. So changing that thought process is really important. Trying to eliminate those negative thoughts daily is super important. Some of the literature say, we didn't become addicted in one day, so easy does it. Give yourself a break. And it's so true. We're not going to change these thought patterns, this thought process overnight, guys. We just don't wave a magic Harry Potter wand and poof, we're healed. We got to work at this daily and remain vigilant in our recovery daily and work the steps and practice the principles and just try to be the best person to the best of our ability every single day. I used to tell myself all the time, I can't get clean. I can't do this. I've got a horrible past. You guys will just never believe the things I've done to other people. I've got a criminal record. I'm a convicted felon. I mean, I just kept pumping quarter after quarter after quarter in an ass kicking machine. And I would never, ever give myself a break. I could go on and on. Matter of fact, I used to say, why? Why am I even here? Why am I going on? I don't want to live anymore. I had become, those suicidal thoughts were starting to pop into my head at the latter parts of my active addiction. It's unbelievable. Um, you know, I used to beat myself up when I'd be in treatment, and I'd walk in with my head down, and I'm here again, guys. They knew me by name. It took me almost, I think, 9 times in treatment. And every time I would walk back in, I'd have my head down. I'd be beating myself up, and I relapsed again. Here I am. Poor me and myself to death. I was walking in already with a negative attitude. Never solution based whatsoever. Um, Today I try to use my past actions, my past experiences, what I like to call my lived experience, our lived experience, as power, is a positive asset in my recovery toolbox. I use that experience, strength, and hope to share to other people and let them know that there is another way, that we do recover, that you do not have to live that way anymore. And since I've found the ability to practice that daily, wow, has my life changed. I mean, it has changed drastically. I had a counselor in early addiction introduce me to CBT. For those that don't know what that is, that's cognitive behavioral therapy. I am a firm believer in it. It works. It has definitely worked for me, and it has changed my stinking thinking drastically. Because I look at the solution today and not the mess. And I stop, I slow down, I think, I reach out, I ask for help, I run things past people, I bounce them off of my sponsor, I bounce them off of people that love and understand me and that I trust will give me good, powerful, encouraging feedback, to continue on and make smart decisions. I used to make decisions on the fly, spontaneous, crazy ass. I didn't give a shit who I ran over or affected decisions. And I absolutely got myself in trouble almost 10 times out of 10 because it's that old thought process. It's the old behaviors. And when I run on self will and not God's will, I break out in handcuffs every single time. And I end up going back to jail, going back to prison. I get myself in trouble. And here comes the depression and the anxiety and all the mental health struggles that I that I run into. Um, yeah, stop, stop when you're in that mode. Absolutely. Um, Not throwing anybody's business out there, but stop is a very powerful tool to use. Just to stop, slow down, take a deep breath, reach out, ask for help. Um, Very, very, very powerful thing to do. Um, I know personally, like that negative thoughts, feelings, that mindset. I know if I get stuck in that, um, people eventually don't like to be around me. They stop wanting to reach out. You know that old saying, oh well, he's crying wolf again. He's doing the same old shit. He's back to his antics again. Um, that's why it's so important to try not to do that, and that action speaks louder than words. You got to put in the work and you got to apply and try. Um, you know, Trying to constantly engage with somebody that's unwilling and in that negative mindset. I mean, it's exhausting to me today. I couldn't imagine how I was in my active addiction and how I affected my loved ones and how exhausting I was when I was calling, you know, send me $20 for this, send me $20 for that. That's one of the reasons why I participate in Al-Anon meetings now, because I get to hear both sides of the street. I get to hear stories from the families and the ones that are being affected by addicts and alcoholics today. I get to hear their pain and their struggles. It's a beautiful thing. If you guys have never ever gone to an Al-Anon or a Nar-Anon meeting, try it out. It's amazing. It will change. It will change you. It will really get you to look at things differently. It really, really will. But those negative thoughts, they breed self doubt. And I've been doubting myself for a long time. Um, Not today, it's self doubt. I doubted my own ability, my self worth, my value. Like I said before, until I almost became suicidal because I didn't want to be here anymore. I used to cuss the God of my own understanding when he would bring me back. When I would come back from being Narcan, like, why? Why did you bring me back? I don't want to be here anymore. I'm not worth it. I can't do this. Just take me. It's unbelievable. I'm going to read that real quick, Robert. It says, talking to others in the program is the most important tool in my recovery. Not holding stuff inside exactly of me is dangerous. It's very important to my mental health to talk to other sponsors, friends, programs, etc. I agree with you 1000%. Absolutely do. That is a super, super powerful tool. In prayer, like you said, my friend, turn it over to something greater than ourselves. Unbelievable. Joy said she overdosed in 2007. I had forgotten about it until I'd recently read my medical records. Yeah, evidently 20 plus years of drug use affects my memory too. So I'm right there with you. I have a hard time remembering what I ate for dinner yesterday. It's unbelievable. Lacey says it's important. Powerful support system. Tools in our recovery toolbox. I agree with you guys 100%. I love the comments. You guys are so right. The solution for me, what helps me personally, as far as that negative thinking, I know I've mentioned a lot of them, but the CBT helps me tremendously. Um, Changing that basically the negative into a positive is a quick, easy way to give you an idea what CBT is all about. Self care is so important, guys. Rest, getting proper sleep, sharing, like what you guys just said. Share. When you're in your head and you're having a bad day or you're going through it, share. Reach out and use that support network, like you guys have all mentioned. Sometimes we need professional help. Sometimes it's okay to reach out and ask for professional help, to talk to a psychologist. Um, it works for some people it doesn't. I've heard people say they felt ashamed because they're seeing psychiatric care. Man, if it works, go for it. Absolutely go for it. Reach out and get that help. It works for you. may not work for other people, and that's okay. You know, it's okay not to be okay. Don't worry about what other people are thinking or saying or doing. It's your recovery. It's your life that you're trying to save. And that's what's important. And that's what matters. What works for you may not work for me. And that's completely fine. Um, a healthy lifestyle, you know, come up with a daily healthy routine and try to stick to it to the best of your ability, guys. And Joy said, that's right. Fuck them. I'll say it. I absolutely agree. Um, that healthy lifestyle, those healthy habits, changing that thought process, of, you know, getting away from those old thoughts and behaviors, getting into that attitude of gratitude daily, telling yourself those positive affirmations. You know how weird it is for me to get up every day and say, Joe, you're a good looking guy. Um, you know, you're going to do this today. You're going to get things done. You're going to be a positive impact on someone today. It's uncomfortable for me, guys. It's really, really uncomfortable. This may appear easy for you, guys, seeing me do this, thinking that I'm, you know, completely comfortable. I'm still getting used to this. I really am. It's still, I get nervous every time I go live. When I meet with a peer, when I'm at work, um, I still get nervous. It's still uncomfortable, but it's getting a lot better. Prayer, 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 prayer. I don't know if you guys are big prayers. Prayer helps me tremendously. Music therapy helps me tremendously for all my music buffs out there. Ironically, heavy metal relaxes me and gets me in a good mood. So I put on some Slipknot or some Stone Sour or some Chris Cornell. You know, I put on some rock and heavy metal. It chills me out. It gets me outside of myself. It gets me out of my head. It gets me out of those negative thoughts. So if something happens that's triggering, if I feel like, you know, I may go use, I try to change my thought pattern and my process to get out of my head, and it passes. So you guys are hearing an echo in the background. Addie's got her phone on, and I know it's probably picking it up, but that's okay. I'm sitting here smacking her phone, telling her to turn it down because this microphone will pick up a mouse farting 3 doors down. So she was listening in the kitchen. That's all right, guys. That's the fun of going live and it being unedited and uncut. I keep it real. What happens, happens. It is what it is. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Remember to always use that past. Use your past experience as a strength. Flip the script. Look at the joys. Look at the gratitude in the days. Quit pumping quarters in that ass kicking machine, guys, and give yourself a break. Yes, Joy, a mouse farting. This microphone is absolutely crazy sensitive. I have to use filters on it because if I don't, it picks up way too much. But I absolutely love it. Thank God for Amazon, even though Amazon for me is the devil because I like to get on there and spend money when I shouldn't be. Another addictive behavior I have picked up myself. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I am actually going to post, if you guys are following me on the Dayton Strong page, I'm going to post a link here as soon as I get off here to another live stream. Matter of fact, again, my memory is terrible. I am going to shoot the name off to you guys. You guys can probably look it up yourselves, but I am going to put the link on there too for you guys. It's called Pain to Purpose. It's a new recovery live stream that I have stumbled across. Some of you guys may have heard about it. I'm checking it out tonight for the first time live. They're going live in roughly 8 minutes, 8 o'clock Eastern at 7:52 here now. And they're having someone on sharing their experience, strength, and hope. I'm checking it out tonight myself for the first time. So give Pain to Purpose a shout out. Their background looks like it has some flowers on it. Join the group, the digital support group, just like many of us do. I love each and every one of you guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. Stay vigilant, guys. Stay positive. We will catch you guys later. I hope everybody has a great night.